Orion is back on Earth. America has driven a golden spike as it crosses a bridge into the future.
An historic moment off the coast of California as NASA's Orion spacecraft completed its first successful space flight. The test of this spacecraft, designed to take mankind to Mars, is just one piece of a boom in space exploration that's underway now.
That's right. Lots of things going on. And our Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell is joining us now from the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt with how our area now is tied to these historic times. Hey, Brad, tell us about that.
Yeah, Leon, there's an awful lot going on, and I want to show you this right here. This is an old Apollo capsule. This is the sort of thing that brought men to and from the moon. Well, this is a very small model of the Orion spacecraft, and you can see right here, it's very reminiscent of that old Apollo spacecraft. The idea is eventually to use it to get men to and from Mars. As you said, very exciting times in the space program.
The dawn of Orion.
The Orion spaceship and today's Flight Test 1 harken back to the early days of the Apollo era. But this time, the target is not the moon, it's Mars.
It's a brand new dawn, and it's really cool.
Rich Koch was among a big group at the Air and Space Museum watching the Orion splash down after its 3+ hour, 2-orbit flight to an altitude of 3,600 miles. The purpose of the unmanned flight to test systems, especially the heat shield at nearly the speed astronauts would encounter on a return trip from the red planet.
Well, it's just great to see the next step, that they're able to get the capsule up.
The museum's space history curator says today's successful flight is meaningful.
I think this shows that we are definitely pushing ahead with human exploration of deep space.
And even as the Orion descends by parachute, another mission is reaching the fringes of our solar system. Tomorrow, scientists at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab in Laurel will awaken their New Horizons spaceship after a 9-year, 31,000-mile-an-hour voyage to the dwarf planet Pluto.
It's about 30 times farther away from the sun than the Earth is from the sun, nearly 3 billion miles.
Next summer, lead scientist Hal Weaver says New Horizons will pass within 7,700 miles of Pluto, and it will beam back images, the likes of which humans have never seen.
Now, it'll rewrite the textbooks.
Well, back live, back again to that old Apollo capsule and talking about the Orion. This is just a small part of what eventually will be the spacecraft that goes to Mars. And we should tell you before we get ahead of ourselves, it's not even going to be it's going to be 3 more years before they take their next test flight. No idea yet when humans will be aboard. No idea when they would start that mission to Mars. Even so, a lot of excitement today. At the Goddard Space Flight Center, Brad Bell, ABC 7 News.
All right, thanks, Brad.